Mike Moore Media.
Good morning, everyone. This is Lyle Milligan, and thank you for listening. First, we want to say thanks to Mike Moore Media for providing the studio to do this important podcast, where we let everybody know about the community treasures and some of the hidden gems right here in Rockingham County. Today, our community treasure is the Reverend Dr. Michael Troy Galloway. He's the pastor of Greater Brandon Chapel Missionary Baptist Church in Alton, Virginia, and the president of the Ministerial Alliance of Reidsville and Vicinity. Our main goal of this podcast is to highlight people that are doing extraordinary things to serve our community. And as I was reviewing what we wanted to talk about today, I realized Dr. Galloway and I have known each other for several years, and he is very involved in the whole community in many, many ways. We've participated in community-wide revival services. We've marched together at the annual Unity March. We prayed together at the National Day of Prayer that's held at City Hall each year. And for many years, we've participated together in the Stations of the Cross. That's a walk in Reidsville at Easter. And another way he serves, of course, as I said, is he's the current president of the Ministerial Alliance of Reidsville and Vicinity. So, Dr. Galloway, please tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and that church you serve.
Absolutely. Good morning to everyone. Thanks, Lyle, again for having me, and again, Happy New Year. Yes, again, my name is Reverend Dr. Michael T. Galloway. I have been a citizen of Reidsville all my life, and I am currently married to Dolores Johnson Galloway, and we have been married for over 31 years. And from our union, we have two wonderful sons, which is Rashad Galloway and Cameron Galloway.
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit about the church you serve there in Virginia.
I serve at the Greater Brandon Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, which is in Alton, Virginia, and I have been serving there now, actually going on 10 years.
Wow.
It is an awesome church, a very beautiful, very awesome congregation, loving people, and we just love serving the Lord and serving our community.
That's fantastic. So what led you to that work, Michael, that you're doing now? And you've already said you were pastor for 10 years there. You've been a pastor at other places, though, previously, right?
No, I have not. That is actually my first pastorate.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that shows you what I know. Well, good. So what prompted you to get into ministry?
Well, Lyle, what ultimately led me to ministry was God himself who led me to the work of ministry. And I was called by God and licensed to ministry in 2004, and I was ordained in 2010 by my father-in-law, who is Dr. Clarence Johnson.
Right.
And afterwards, I received my doctorate degree in 2012, and then I was installed as the pastor, and I called it the greatest church in Virginia in 2014, where I have been ever since.
Wow.
And along with that, I am also currently serving as one of the 4 chaplains with the Reidsville Police Department.
Oh, okay. Well, fantastic. That's a needed service and a great service. Thank you for doing that. I know they appreciate it, and there's nothing like some good experience to help with that ministry and that calling, if you will, to our police force and law enforcement.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree. Great. Well, tell me.
I was very honored to be asked.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know that they do a good job with that. I knew Reverend Tharrington and Rosetta and some other folks that were helping with that. I think Randy Hester was on there too for a while.
Yes, he is.
Just great people that are willing to be available, and that's all we need sometimes, is just somebody to be available, and so we certainly appreciate that. So tell me a little bit about the Ministerial Alliance and some of the things that they do in the community.
Yes, the Ministerial Alliance basically is a Christian-based organization designed to bring spiritual light and compassion on our city and community. We, the Alliance, we meet each Monday after the fourth Sunday of the month, beginning from September to May, and we break during the summer months of June, July, and August. some of the things that we do each year is sponsor our MLK events, which are coming up, by the way, and our annual revival and scholarships, which normally happens in April, as well as lending a hand when and, where we can to support other organizations who do visit us to share various information as to where we can assist.
Fantastic. Well, I know that I have always been welcomed there when I first moved to town, and we were talking about the National Day of Prayer. Your organization was one of the first ones that I met with, and the support began immediately. And now you're the one that's kind of helping head that up, so we certainly appreciate that. But it's a great asset to our community and to the faith community. The cooperation and the interest and the everything that I've experienced with the Ministerial Alliance has always been just fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You mentioned the Martin Luther King breakfast that normally happens. This year it's virtual, I guess, again.
Yes,
but if you don't mind, people talk about resolutions and all the different things that they can do, and a real popular thing that I hear on TV every once in a while, especially for children, that people talk about is we can change the world with this or that. But Dr. Martin Luther King, of course, was a person that did change the world and is changing the world even since his demise some years ago. So if you don't mind, I have appreciated the breakfast. I've been at the march. I've been to the memorial service and all of the things, but I know that you're very involved with that, and I just wanted to ask you to take a couple minutes here and just share with us the importance of Martin Luther King Day and his life in all of our lives.
Absolutely. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the day that is celebrated is a very important and influential day and time to me, because just like Christ, Lyle, he laid his life on the line for equality, the equality of others, not just simply for the African American race, but for anyone who was experiencing social and racial injustice. And I love that about Dr. King, because he went beyond boundaries. He didn't let race stop him. He wanted to reach the masses. His advocacy for the downtrodden of life has also inspired the nation to keep his dream alive. And we keep that dream alive each year by, again, sponsoring a MLK scholarship/unity service, which we will host on Sunday, January the 14th. And this year it will be at the Jerusalem United Holy Church on 633 Prince William Street, Reidsville, North Carolina. And that's going to be at 5 o'clock p.m. That's the Sunday before the actual MLK Day. On that actual day, which is Monday, January the 15th, at 1:30 p.m., we will have, again, our MLK commemorative speech on the steps of City Hall or the Reidsville Police Department. And then we will close out with our annual MLK Memorial Service, which will be 3 o'clock p.m. at the Elm Grove Baptist Church, 1302 U.S. Business 29, Reidsville, North Carolina. And Pastor Johnny Freeman will be our speaker. And also at that particular service, we do give out the MLK Memorial Service Award to a recipient.
Okay. Fantastic. Sounds like a full weekend.
Yes, it is.
as it should be. I guess the thing that stands out to me, even though times were turbulent during Dr. Martin Luther King's ministry or work, he was not a violent person, and he wanted to do this, for lack of a better word, I guess, peacefully. But he wanted to do it in what I would consider the right ways, to where he was trying to garner friendships more than enemies.
Absolutely. Yeah, and he didn't fight fire with fire. He fought it with love.
Yes.
He says, I choose love in one of his speeches that he was speaking out west during the burnings that were going on out there in Watts area.
Yes.
And they were very, distraught and disturbed over what was going on at that time. But he still chose to fight this fight with love.
Yes.
And I think that's what needs to be done today. Mm-hmm. If we're going to continue to fight it, we have to continue to fight it with love, because we do know that there are still some injustices going on in our world today. And we've come a long ways, but we still have a long ways to go. But love is always going to be the key, and it's going to always be the center of whatever we're trying to do to move forward in this world today.
I agree 1,000%. I think that's what we need. And again, you and the Ministerial Alliance have done a great example of that to me and to our community in so many different areas. And I'm just excited to know that there are people that are interested in the love of God in our community. Absolutely. And we certainly commend you for that and appreciate your leadership in those areas. So if someone, while we get ready to wind down here in a minute, we certainly appreciate all that you're doing in our community. And if someone wanted to find out, you're more than welcome. If people wanted to find out more about your church or the Ministerial Alliance, what's a good way to do that?
I can be reached by phone. Also, my church is actually in Virginia, which is Greater Brandon Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, 1121 Brandon Chapel Road, Alton, Virginia, 24520. That is the address there. And then also, if there are any donations or anything that you would like to donate or send to our Ministerial Alliance, it can be sent to the Ministerial Alliance of Reidsville and Vicinity, P.O. Box 1264, Reidsville, North Carolina, 27323. And then also my home number, which is also in the book, Pastor Michael T. Galloway, area code 336-349-2693.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, and I know that that you'll help folks any way that you can and minister to them in so many effective ways, just like you've done over these last several years. So thank you very much for being here today and sharing these things with us. We really appreciate it. And again, this is Lyle Milligan saying thanks to everyone for listening. And again, thanks to Mike Moore Media for the space to do this important podcast, letting everyone meet Reverend Dr. Michael T. Galloway, truly one of our community treasures and a hidden gem right here in Rockingham County. Thank you.